Natasha from MakeupInSFC. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing something a little bit different. I decided that I wanted to share my 2016 favorites with you. And I've done this in a few different formats. I've done it like in 2 different videos where I just like told you everything and anything, all the categories at once. I've done it doing each category per video, but then I kind of got lazy towards the end of 2015, so I didn't really finish those. I'll list all of my yearly favorites videos in this playlist right here in case you're interested, because even though the years have passed, I still think those products are good. And today I wanted to do my makeup and show you all of my favorites this way, because then it really narrows down what I liked in each category and what I consistently used over the year. So if you're interested in seeing my 2016 favorites, then please keep on watching. I have not filmed in a minute. Like, I haven't done this in a while. So I don't have any makeup on. So the spray that I loved all year is the Reviva Labs. You've seen this in so many of my videos, but Rosewater sprays in general have been so nice no matter what time of year it has been. And so I really liked that throughout. And this bottle has lasted me so long. I use this every day and I'm only halfway through. So I love this stuff. Okay, the primer that I think I loved last year too, and that what I love this year, is the Cover FX Mattifying Primer. So this is just the tiny one. I got a bunch of these little samples with my Sephora points, but I did have the full size. But this just seemed nice and fun and worth it right now. So I got a few of these to last me until I wanted to buy a full size again. I love it because it also has an acne treatment in it. So I feel like my skin is getting some love even though I'm putting on makeup. Now, this was a mid-year winner, but I used this in January, and then I used it again in, when was Gen Beauty SF? November. So I really started using this towards the tail end of the year, but it has quickly become a favorite. But another alternative that I used throughout the beginning of the year, which is still a poreless primer, is the one from e.l.f. And so I really liked these two. But in case you're looking for an alternative that's a little bit more friendly, this one is good on the budget. And this one is not. I'm just gonna use my camera as a mirror. So for foundation, I have a few favorites. So the ones that I like during the summertime, so it's more mattifying for me, is the Infallible Pro Matte. This one I love, and I'm in the shade 107 Fresh Beige when I'm a little bit darker. But when I am getting more darker, I liked mixing it in with the LA Pro BB Cream, and so it created a matte but still creamy finish, and so I really like these two together. Especially when my color was changing, this was really helpful to darken up the shade without changing the formula too much, so I really liked those. The other formula that I liked throughout the summer and actually through the fall was the NYX Mineral Stick foundations. These are really great and easy to travel with because the stick foundation really made it easy to just draw it on. I didn't have to worry about things spilling in my purse or my travel bag, and so I really liked this formula. My tried and true foundation, especially for the winter time, has been the Matte and Poreless. This is the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, and I go between the shades 310 and 322. This is a creamy formula, but still keeps your skin matte and poreless, and so I really liked when this released, and I have not stopped using it since. And I think this may have been a favorite from last year too. Then from the higher end spectrum, my favorite foundation has to be the Makeup Forever. This, when you put it on, it is lightweight, beautiful on the skin, does not look like you have a ton of makeup on, which is my favorite kind of coverage. And so this is the one that I'm going to be using today. I just take a little dot and I put that all over my skin. I try not to use a lot because 1, it's expensive, and 2, I don't really want to use a lot of coverage. I didn't have the HD foundation when it first released. I only got it when I received it at Gen Beauty in LA last year, last year, because now it's a new January. And this bottle has just been going strong. Because I use so little, I've been able to make it last the whole year. And I rotated it through the other foundations that I mentioned before, so. But it just creates such a nice light finish, but still evening out the skin tone. Oh, and I'm in the shade Y385, in case you're wondering. So for concealer, I had a few favorites. If you have watched my channel, I've used the Maybelline Fit Me concealer for so long, but then they released the Better Skin concealer. And so here's the medium one. I used that for concealing under the eye. And then this one I just bought recently so that I could contour, and that is in the shade Deep. But this is a really good concealer at the drugstore, especially if the Maybelline Fit Me is always out of stock. This is a good choice. But I just saw that these were getting discontinued, or the foundations and maybe the powders. So I don't know if the Better Skin line is getting discontinued. So if you see these, grab them while you can because they are awesome. The other concealer that I did like throughout the year is the Sephora. This is the gel serum concealer. They call it the Bright Future one. And the Sephora Collection whole line, all their makeup products are kind of underrated. They're really, you know, mid-range products, but they are good quality. A late comer is the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. This one is super full coverage compared to the other ones, and a little bit goes a long way. So I want to use this one because it's my favorite right now, but I think I'm going to do the Sephora one because it was the one throughout the year. And this is in the shade Eclair. Now this this applicator is very strange compared to the other ones. You don't swipe, you dot. And so I've never used a concealer like that before. But it helps not to, you know, waste too much and apply too much, because that's not my style anyways. So it's nice that I just get to dot it around the places that I need it, which are pretty much the highlighting places. So under my eyes, around my chin, bridge of my nose, and my forehead. And then my favorite applicator has been a beauty sponge, if it's not this brush or any kind of oval brush. So I have a whole video on the oval brushes up here, and then these are just awesome. It has a really wide color range, so in case you're looking for contour shades, or you have a deeper skin tone or a really light skin tone, you'll find the color for you. And it's only $14. Okay. That looks good. So my favorite powders of the year have been the RCMA No Color Powder. Now this one's really good if you are a makeup artist and you're looking for a color powder that will suit everyone that you work on. It's a lot of product for not a lot of money, but you can find this on Beautylish. You can buy this on Amazon. There are a lot of different places. I will link it down below. But my powder of choice has been the Maybelline Shine Free Powder, and it is in the shade Medium. This has been my jam. I have to say that I got it from Alyssa Ashley on YouTube. If you don't watch her, you should, because she's nice. And her sister's really sweet too. And but I've just been using this all over the face, and so I like to use it year round. So I'm just gonna do that now. I actually over powder and then I brush some of it away, but it's really good for setting your makeup flawlessly. Now my favorite products have been, this is the LA Girl. This is the Inspiring Brow Kit, and I got this on a trip to LA with my family, I think in the summertime, and I've been using it throughout the year. And this is in the shade Dark and Defined. So that was really nice. It has the brow powders and the brow wax, and it comes with tweezers and a brush, but I didn't really use that. I think I used the tweezers maybe. But my tried and true all year has been the European wax. This is the brow. It used to be called Venice, but now I think they just call it Dark and something else. So I really like this because it's an ashy gray color, and I love that for my darker brows, especially while I have dark black hair. Favorite brow brush is the Delium Tools. This is the 762. It is the smallest angle brush that you will ever see, and it's just amazing because it's so thin. But first, what I like to do is I like to conceal under the brow. I really like that defined lower brow line, so I'm going to do that. And this is just on a Royal soft grip painting brush, I guess. I just tap into both of the colors. This also has that sort of grayish brown color. Okay, and since I have been a brow gel snob, I pretty much just kept using the same one that I always use, and this is the e.l.f. Clear Brow Mascara, because I don't really mind what brow gel I use, so I just use what's convenient and what's really cheap, but still functional. For my eye primer, I still use the Wet n Wild eyeshadow primer. This is the Fergie. This is like one of my last backups, so I'm set to use one of those white tubes soon, and I hope it's the same formula. I hope it hasn't changed too much. And I think it's a really nice eyeshadow base because it is creamy, it does not tug on your eyes, and I think it works better than some of the high-end primers that I have tried on in the past. My favorite eye products have been the magnetic eye pencils. These ones are awesome, especially when you're on the go and you need something that's quick and easy. And I actually don't prime with these. I just use them straight onto my eyelid. Today I'm not going to be using these, but if you want to see a video where I did use these, I will link one up here. I thought I would zoom out really quick right now. When it came to eyeshadow palettes, I liked a good mix of them, and so I got to try out a lot of palettes this year. One of the palettes that I loved so much are the Meet Matte Nudes. Now, I originally had the Meet Matte Nude maybe a few years ago, but I recently got Meet Matrimony, and it is so nice because it has a lot of warmer matte shades. So if you're interested in a review and sort of a demo of this, I will list a video up here. If I've made any videos on any of these products, I will definitely list them down below so that I don't talk about them too much. Another one that I loved, and I used this when I traveled, this is the Carly Bible palette, and this has a lot of nice taupey mauves, and this made it really ideal because it had highlighting shades that you could use not only on your eyes but also on your face. So this was a really nice palette, and I think they still have it available at Ulta in case you're interested. I will link it down below if I find it. This one isn't available, but this is the It's Judy Time. But I love these because they are just simple neutrals. But you can get this in any, I think, BH palette that they sell online. But I just really liked how these two rows are just the perfect size for travel. The other palettes that I really liked over the year is the Morphe 35O. This one, well, at the time was just so difficult to get, but now, you know, I think it's still available online. But it's nice for those neutral colors. I really enjoyed this pukey green color because clearly I like that color. But I do like the shimmer shades and the glitter shades and the orangey tones because I love oranges, so this is my jam. And then in case you're someone who does like color and you're not into neutrals as much, this is a really nice palette from Morphe. This is the 35C palette. It has all matte shades, but they range from really neutral colors to more of your vibrant, colorful shades in case you want to go out there with your eye look. So I really enjoyed that. The first thing that I like to do is I always like to set with a matte eyeshadow. So I'm going to be using this beigey color just all over the lid to set my eyeshadow primer. I just take that from the brow bone all the way down to about the crease. This is just a Wet n Wild brush. I think I got it in a makeup Christmas set. Okay, now taking my Sigma E40, I'm going to take a neutral, take this tan shade right there. It's a nice medium tan shade with a little bit of an orange undertone. That's good for the crease. Now I'm going to take this rusty brown shade right here. I'm going to deepen up the crease. And going back with that other brush, just blending back and forth. You can take a little bit more of that tan shade. I'm going to take this deeper brown right here. I could pick any of these browns really, but I think I'm going to choose this one so I can deepen up the outer corner even more. Then I'm going to take a little bit of this orange shade right here on the fluffy brush because I want to bring a little bit more of that orangey tone on the crease. Let me just kind of buff that over everything. And then over the whole lid, I'm going to use this shimmery shade, which is one of my favorites. The inner corner, I'm going to take one of these light shades right here. I like this one because it has a little bit of a pinky shimmer in it. So back to Complexion, the two contour kits that I really enjoyed using were the Contour FX kit and the Black Radiance contour palette. And this one I've used for a very long time. If you've watched my channel, I've used it in, you know, how to contour video and just in daily tutorials. But I know that they've actually repackaged this into bigger, more sturdy packaging, and then it also has bigger pans. So while this was sort of getting phased out, because as you can see, I like finally reached pan on one of them, I started using this True Complexion from Black Radiance contour palette, and this is a really good one, especially during the summer because it had really warm tones in it. This is the light to medium version, and I really liked that, so I'm going to use this one today. I'm taking that Sculpt shade. I'm just going to use that to warm up my face because the foundation makes it really flat. I'm just using that on an e.l.f. complexion brush. I'm taking that all the way back to the hairline and into the forehead. It just brings a little bit more dimension to my face. Okay, I actually bought it for this highlight, but I really liked it for the contour shades instead. And it's not that expensive. I think this was under $10, like maybe $7.99. And then this one is originally, I got it for $4.99, but I think the bigger one now is $16.99 because it comes with maybe twice or 3 times as much as it does now because it's pretty thin. So I really like these two. So for highlights, I had my few favorites. So the beginning of the year has been all about, for me, the Laura Geller Gilded Honey. This is a really nice golden highlight. And the formula is just nice. Sometimes you can spray it with some of that rose water or anything with like glycerin, and it just kind of like pumps this up. Another one that I really like that was kind of the phase for a while is this Pat McGrath. This is the Skin Finish in 003. This is iridescent pink one because it has a little bit more of that pinky sheen to it and it looks galactic. I really like this. I do have the nude version, and that's more of like a greenish gold. That one's also really pretty, but I can't find it right now and it's making me very irritated. But it is in the same packaging. It is pricey, but it is a really nice highlighter. So this is a powder that I did not use in my Instagram or YouTube that much, but I did use it in daily life. This is the Enlight by Danessa Myricks highlighting powder. This is in the shade Love, and it is like a rose gold shade. So this is really nice. It's loose, so it's not like the best to travel with, but it's a beautiful shade of rosy pink. And sometimes I like to double that as a blush topper. And then another more affordable choice is this Makeup Revolution. This is in the shade Radiant Light, And so that's like a nice champagne gold sort of highlight, and that's the one I'm going to use today just because I miss it. So I'm taking that on a Morphe 509 brush, Bones. And it's nice because you'll never go overboard with this highlight. It looks good every time. And it's $6. So for blush, I didn't use anything but these two palettes right here. I pretty much snubbed any of my single blushes, but these palettes made it really easy because they sat on my desk. This is the Pinup Girl palette. This is like maybe last year's limited edition holiday palette, but any of the 12-hour Amazonian Clave blushes are awesome, and I really like the color pigmentation, the way they last on your skin, the way they don't break me out. So this is really nice and lasted me forever. So I'm still going through these blushes. The other one that is still accessible is the Morphe. This is the 9B palette, and so this has a nice range because I really like those oranges, but it also has these mauves and these pinks and these peach blushes, and so I really like that. Today, I think I'm going to do a pinky blush. So I'm just going to take this one on the bottom, right there. And I blend that over the contour and into the highlight, and it just kind of makes everything really melded together. Okay, so my favorite mascaras hands down have been from CoverGirl. I've used all three of these this year, and so the first one I used this year was the Flamed Out mascara. Love, love, love this. I used it all the time. I really liked how it extended my lashes but still made them more voluminous. Later in the year, I started to use the CoverGirl So Lashy mascara. I did receive this for a review from Influencer, but I really ended up liking it, and so when this tube is done, I'm definitely going to buy another one. And then the one that I got before that is the Super Sizer mascara, but I didn't really like this for my upper lashes. I do like it for my lower lashes. So I'm going to be using these two today. I'm going to use So Lashy on top, and then I'm going to use Super Sizer on the bottom. Now it doesn't really matter how much mascara I'm going to put on it right now because I am going to put on some false lashes. But if I do wear mascara on my own, I will layer about 3 to 4 coats of this so I can get that really elongated, voluminous look on my lashes. For lip colors, the ones that I really, really, truly loved all year were the following. I really enjoyed liquid lipsticks more than anything. And so the first one I wanted to mention was the Matte to Last lipstick. This is in the shade Glam. It's a really nice color. It is an orange, warm rust shade, and I think it's a dupe for one of the Smashbox liquid lips that were really popular this year, but this is so much cheaper and lasts just as well because I ate through everything, and that one was bomb. Another lipsticks, and this shouldn't be surprised if you watch my channel or follow any of my one lipstick a day posts. I love the NYX liquid lip suedes. These are just a few of the colors that I love. This is Foul Mouth. It is like a deep purple black. This is Vintage. It is a nice more of like a deep mauve on the lips. And then this is Brooklyn Thorn, which is a taupey purpley shade. Love all of these. I love how they last. I love how they feel. I like the price, and so they're really nice and affordable, but not fully transfer proof, but really nice when you lay them on again. Some of the ColourPop Ultra Satin Lips I really enjoyed. This one is in Tansy. It's a nice brown shade. They're comfortable on the lips, better than their Ultra Mattes, and so they're very affordable. If you get a good deal where they are, you know, free shipping or something, I think they're worth it, but I don't always make an order from them, but I did enjoy these. The Ofra Long Lasting Liquid Lipsticks, this one is in Mocha. I really like this for every day. It's not like the most accessible brand because you do have to go online to buy them, but I do enjoy this liquid lipstick, and I probably would want more if there was a good promo online. Now my favorite of the year have to be from Dose of Color. These are the only two that I have, but they are all you need in life, but I do want more. This is in the shade Brick and Cork. So I've mentioned these in past favorites, and they are just awesome for the whole year. So I'm going to use Cork because that is my favorite. My favorite lip balm has been this Lucas's Pop Pot ointment. One of my students used it, and it is similar to the Elizabeth Arden cream that I used before because it kind of goes for a catch-all. You can use it on burns, you can use it on sunburns, rashes, cuts, minor open wounds, insect bites, splinters, nappy rash. But it's made in Australia, but I get it from Namies. I have cold sore tendencies, and so I like to use this lysine treatment as a lip balm, and so I like to use this. Sometimes I layer them together, or I just use this when I feel like I have a little bit of something going on my lips, and it really makes smooth application for other lipsticks. So today I'm going to use a little bit of this because it's so cold and my lips feel really chapped. But usually I apply the liquid lipstick straight on to clean dry lips, but times are rough right now. I have to say this is my favorite applicator. And spoiler alert for my December favorites. I will link that video up here in case you haven't seen it yet. But the Wet n Wild liquid lipsticks are similarly shaped to these applicators, so, and I really like one of the colors this month. My favorite setting spray of the year, and has been for a few years now, is the L'Oreal Pro Matte. This is the Infallible Pro setting spray. So my favorite lashes of the year have been from Ardell, and so I really enjoy the 113s. These are those, they're nice and fluttery and long, and they are long on the outer edges. Then I like these ones for more dramatic, just something fun. These are the 600s, and so these are a little bit more chunky, and they come in little bundles, and so those are really nice. And my favorite lash adhesive is the Duo Glue in the brush on applicating, and this is in the dark tone. So I really like the dark tone so that I can just brush it on and not worry about it. And I love these Ardell lashes because they get so close to the lash line and look the most natural, and they're so easy to apply. So this is the finished look. So I hope that you enjoy that sort of, explanation and demo of all my favorites of 2016, and cheers to 2017. I hope that you stick with me here on Makeup in SFC. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Total teacher cool points, but I have my Star Wars shirt on, and it says, "Give me some space." That's what we tell our kids to tell each other all the time. That's all.